it's normal that it's making all those?
Yeah, those are just your syringes moving up and down. This is a good quick reference sheet here. But these are the specs on the background count for them to pass. Okay. You don't really have to know these. It'll tell you if it passed or failed at the end. Okay, and I'll show you where to look for that. Well, basically, this will turn green if it's passing. So it's going to try, if the first one fails, it'll try 2 more times to pass. Usually by the 3rd time it'll pass. Usually by the 1st time it passes.
So it'll be nice to have this probably laminated and posted somewhere.
Put it up here so
we can
this is sample analysis, calibration, controls. Okay, and this is good. This should be posted too, how to handle the controls. Okay. So they last. Once they're opened, we try to get 16 days out of them once they're open, as long as they're not left out too long and not, you know, overmixed, things like that. But if they're not open, they're good till the expiration date. So this is the newest lot. Normally, you would start this lot in March, and in April you would use this lot, and then may get a new one. So we have every 2 months we come out with a new lot. Okay. So
now, do we need to call to request for that to be delivered?
It should automatically through your distributor.
Yes.
Is it Henry
Schein?
Yeah, they should automatically have you set up every 2 months to get. And this is just a starter set. You'll be getting 4 sets.
Yes.
For the 2 months.
Okay.
Each about 2 sets per month. You're gonna go through. Yeah. So we can see this turn green. Okay. So if we want to actually click on there, that's our startup. It'll show, I just ran one before, but it'll just show, this is the one we just, well, that was yesterday actually. This is the one we ran today. And you just want a green check mark there. If anything is backlit in red, that means it's too high, and it'll be a failing startup. And it'll, like I said, it'll try to run 2 more times. But you see everything's at 0.
Right.
And
do we need to do this every single day?
Every day that you're going to use the machine, yes. Okay, so, and then you could print from here, like if you want to print monthly or whatever, your startup log, you could print that.
Oh, so we can have all our logs just printed and then available.
Just put them in a binder somewhere.
Beautiful.
For when you get inspected. But you just print from here. You put the date range in, and then just hit that, and it'll print out your whatever date range you have in there.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So we don't have to keep the sign on because there's. Okay. Sorry, thinking on.
So, and this is all in setup. I'll go through this later. But let's go back to patient results. So now we got a green startup. Now we want to go and run our controls. Okay. And right now we only have 1 lot in there, plus a reprofile. That's to check your precision. I'll go through that also. But for now, we're going to click on this lot of control that we have in there now, MX036. Okay, and the expiration is 5/5/16. You have a low, a normal, and a high. Okay, and they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. So right now we just click on the low file here. Okay, and now we're ready to go over to here to run the controls. Now, as far as the controls go, I say leave them out for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, just check, make sure you got the right expiration date and the right lot. Okay, mix like this between your hands. Okay, for about 10 times or 20 to 30 seconds, they say. Okay, and then gently invert about 10 times. So you want to get, because everything's going to settle at the bottom, so you just want to make sure you get it mixed well, especially when you open a new set. It might take a little extra to mix. But
what do we mix it with?
Just by hand.
By hand?
Yeah. You don't want to use a mixer.
Okay.
So, from the main menu here, we go down, QC is quality control. So we go down to QC, hit enter. Then we go down one more to analysis and hit enter. Okay, the QC the controls have to be run in QC analysis mode, or else they won't go into the file. They'll go in as a patient. So we start out with the lot number, which is 036. Now that will change with every lot. Oops. 036. And then we just go 1, 2, or 3 for whatever level we're running. So since we're running the low, I'm just going to put a 1. So the lot number plus 1, 2, or 3. We hit enter. I'm just going to do a little prime. What we want to see when it comes over, all black. If it's red, that means it's high out of range. If it's blue, it means it's low out of range. Okay? And these are your ranges down here. But you don't really have to know that. It'll tell you once it comes across.
So it does take a good amount of time in the morning.
Maybe I would say about 15 minutes to get everything up and running. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's just ready the rest of the day just for when you run your patients. We do recommend you take the caps off on the controls. You don't have to do this for patients. It'll pierce the cap. But since you're going to be piercing this maybe up to 16 times, it'll start to core and it'll get into the system. So you don't want to do that.
I see. Okay.
Stick it in there.
So if we if we have a syringe and we take a small amount, can we just put it on a bullet? Like a microtainer?
Yeah.
With a purple top?
You could, but why would you want to do that?
No, because no blue top?
I would just leave it in here.
Oh, just leave it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. As long as you take the cap off, you're fine.
Okay. And we can do this 16 times?
Yeah, up to 16 times. Well, once they're open, they're good for 16 days.
Okay.
So, I don't know, you going to be open on weekends or?
On Saturdays.
Okay, so 6 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll just date them. Did I date them? I think I did.
I think you did.
You'll date them when they're opened, and then when they expire.
Okay, very nice. So we can actually put a note on ourselves that it's expired.
That's a good idea to do that.
There will be different providers coming.
Yeah.
So the control comes in a box like this.
Yep.
Just like so, and then we'll just gently mix it.
Yeah, let it warm
like
up 10 to 15 minutes.
When you say warm up, do they need to be in the refrigerator?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Once we're done, we want to put them back in.
Okay.
And the refrigerator, you have a very good refrigerator here. You want to keep it between 2 and 8 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
Okay. Around, in the middle, 4 or 5 is good. Around in the middle is really the best. You don't want it too cold.
Okay.
Okay, so it just sent it over. 1019. Everything's in black. So we know we're good. Okay. Now we can go to the normal control, which is number 2. Okay. And it has N here for normal after the lot number. So we'll just mix it a little bit. So now it's already at analysis. Just hit enter. Now we got to put in the lot 0, 3, 6, and 2 now for the normal or level 2, and hit enter again. Okay. You always have to say analysis here when you're ready to run. Otherwise, it'll go in as a patient. And just stick this here. Close this. And it takes 1 minute 12 seconds to do an analysis. So now we can go over here and pull up the normal file. Okay. And then we'll just wait for the results to come over.
So we check off the one that says normal on the computer.
Right. Now if one should come in out of range, you could just uncheck it. Okay, like that.
Okay.
And then run it again. Okay. Because either weekly or monthly, you could print all this out also.
That's great.
Yeah, and you could do Levy Jennings graphs from there. So normally we don't print out the controls every day. Print them out, like I said, either weekly or monthly. Yeah. So there's our normal. Everything's good in black.
And it's all black in color.
Yeah. And then we'll run our high. So we'll go again, just press enter for analysis. 0363 now for level 3. Okay, and don't forget to hit enter again. So give this a little bit of a mix. And we'll let that go through.
Oh, it's working now.
You notice this thing comes up, and if there was a blood tubing there, it would pierce it. I'll show you the piercing needle that goes down into the stopper, and then a sampling needle goes down through the piercing needle to aspirate your blood, and it brings it over to the chambers here, counting chambers. You can open this up in it. You see, these are where your dilutions are made.
That's what the noise is all about.
Yeah.
And all this is self-cleaning.
Well, yes, but once a week there's a cleaning we're going to go through. It's called concentrated cleaning. It's a bleach solution. You use the Minoclear, and you'll just physically have to put the bleach in the chambers, and the machine will do the rest. It takes 10 minutes, but you just have to put the bleach in, then you can walk away. It's very easy to do that. And depending on your volume, maybe even every 2 weeks would probably be enough.
Because right now, a small amount of patients,
Yeah.
but as we get more and more patients,
It'll go up.
It'll
Yeah.
go
So I would say every 2 weeks start off with,
Okay.
and then we could always adjust that.
we'll do.
Because the bleach is what really cleans the protein. We have an enzyme cleaner on board, but once in a while we want you to use the bleach solution
Once a
to give it a better cleaning. You know, get rid of any buildup in there. I gotta fix this thing here. Not working too good. I'll adjust that before I leave. There we go. Okay, so at this point, once you run your controls, hit escape, go back to the main menu, and then we just we hit enter for results, and it'll bring up the last result there. So if we're going to run a patient now, okay, what you do is you have to come. Oh, let's go back to the patient results screen now. Now we got green here. So we got 2 greens. We're ready to run patients at that point. So what we'll do, we'll go to here. Okay, this is search for patient, and I'm just going to make up one for now. This is how you add or insert a patient, by hitting that. Okay.
What did you hit? Sorry.
I'll go back. Sure. This is plus sign here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And this is where we put in the patient demographics. So I'm just going to put in test patient for now. Medical records, I'll just use 0 for now. And date of birth, we'll just make up 01/01/2000. Okay, and then we'll bring up the age here, and then just either male or female. Okay. Now we're going to hit save. Okay, hit save. But once you build up your patients in here, you could just do a quick search and it'll pull it up, and that way it'll keep track of all that patient testing that was
Okay.
done. Yeah. You'll see a cumulative.
And it keeps all them in the memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much memory does this hold?
Not sure, but you even have a backup here.